Friends, today I am taking your valuable time to explore on a wonderful product which has opened plenty of opportunities in human life. There are endless possibilities for what you can make from this great product. You know, it's really amazing to see the creativity of people. You can convert this wonderful product into an affordable, beautiful home, a nice garage, a good swimming pool, even a school, a restaurant, a playing ground, an emergency clinic, a dark room, a hotel, a shed, sauna, a training facility, a library, and a lot more. In these days, this product has been migrated to cities from remote locations. Can you guess what it is? Yes, they are shipping containers. Don't you believe it? Of course, they are shipping containers. Our focus today is on forklift trucks which can handle shipping containers. As most people know, containers play an important role in transportation of goods in daily life. You know, it could be either by a truck, a goods train, or a ship. These containers are transferred between various transport methods. Also, containers are stored in specified areas, which is an active job in the logistics industry. How do you handle the movement of these containers? Well, there are several container handling methods in the industry. One of the methods is to use container forklifts. Are you familiar with the term container forklift? In fact, there is no equipment termed as container forklift, though we call them as container forklift in general. In fact, a container handler resembles a forklift. The container handlers are, counterbalance trucks. They are designed specifically for the purpose of handling containers. These trucks are built to deal with, heavy loads, so they are really tough and heavy as well. These kind of trucks are commonly find application in seaports and container storage yards. They are designed to lift, move, and stack either empty or fully loaded containers. We can't compare these trucks with a conventional forklift, even though the design principle is the same. If you ever happen to see a container operation in a seaport, you will see how the containers are stored. A single operator will be handling several hundred tons of cargo as he organizes them in the storage yard. If you look at the container handler, you will be finding an enclosed cabin with window and a seat. The driver is sitting at an elevation. He has got joystick controls in his cabin. Basically, there are two kinds of container handlers. One is handling empty containers. They are they are off-road vehicles. And they are used for storage in container yards. They have a very long vertical arm for handling, the empty containers. This has got a hydraulic clamping system, or what we call in common as a spreader on top of the vertical mast. The other kind is called a reach stacker for handling fully loaded containers. They are also off-road vehicles. There is a long arm that reaches over the driver from behind. A reach stacker is very flexible, and it has got higher lifting capacity. It has got a spreader on top of the mast, and it lifts from the top. Container handling in port is a very vast topic, and I wish to go into detail on my next occasion. No one can ignore the role of specifically designed pure forklifts for loading and unloading of containers. Forklift trucks are designed for specified maximum load capacity at certain load centers. We can comfortably use higher capacity forklifts to lift empty or lightweight containers. Whenever there is a need to move containers to a short distance. The main advantage of using forklifts is that you get a multi-purpose machine, and that solution is really cost effective. Container manufacturers include forklift pockets located at bottom of the containers. Almost 70 to 75% of containers have forklift pockets as per dimensions set by industry standards. So, a container forklift is best suited to move containers around port or yard. Therefore, a forklift can load a container immediately into a truck, for faster transportation by road. If you own a single or a few container units, you can benefit the most from a suitable forklift. As I said before, if you're having a container where the interior is modified, to suit different purposes, the best solution is to use a crane instead of a forklift. If you intend to use a forklift in this case, it's really dangerous, and it can cause damage to your forklift. Also, it can damage your valuable structure made out of container. If you have got a single container and a flatbed truck, then it is economical to use a forklift for unloading the container. As you know, an empty container, an empty 20-feet container weighs approximately 2.3 ton. And this has got a payload capacity of 25 ton. If you take a 40-feet container, it weighs something around 3.75 ton. And that has got a payload capacity which is around 27 tons. Before using your forklift, you must ensure that the truck has the residual capacity. It has got the sufficient residual capacity to handle that particular load. It's equally important to have enough fork spreading to ensure that the forks will get into the container pockets. So you will be requiring a wider carriage and fork spacing on your forklift. Usually, the distance between the forklift holes is around 1.75 meters. Sometimes you may require fork extensions that we call as fork shoes, to reach the container pockets properly. This is because the width of the container is about 2.4 meters, and your forks should be long enough to carry and stabilize the container. As I said before, fork pockets are essential for proper handling. If there are no fork pockets, the safest way is to lift the container from top using a crane or a reach stacker. Most of the 20-feet containers have fork pockets as standard. Some of the 40-feet containers also have 4 pockets. If you take small size containers, they are not made with 4 pockets. It is possible to cut 4 pockets on bottom of the containers and reinforce. It means to strengthen them with steel lining. Some specialized containers are specialized container manufacturers, they are doing this kind of job. It is not always convenient and cost effective to use cranes for moving containers in storage yard. If there is a frequent movement of containers, then forklifts are more practical to own and manage than cranes. As I said before, a single container unit application will get the best benefit from a forklift. Thank you for watching. God willing, we will be meeting soon with the next part. Please share with me your feedback on this video. This is Tajuddin Qasim signing off. Goodbye.